Peace and blessings, everyone. As some of you know, I coach basketball, coach youth basketball. And something that has perplexed me for the longest, something that for the life of me, I just can't fully understand, is why there's the necessity for coaches in the professional ranks. Why is a coach needed in the NBA? Why is a coach needed in the professional leagues overseas? And the reason why I say that is because when we look at the profession of professional sports, it is unique and unlike other professions, other careers, because sports is something you can do literally from the time that you learn to walk. And even before then, you can have a basketball in your hand, a football, soccer ball in your hands when you're still crawling. So that's something that many professionals do from the time they are kids. They do it up through their entire lifetime. You know, starting with the rec leagues. Nowadays, of course, we have the AAU leagues, which are basically sort of like professional youth leagues. Then, of course, you have the high school, and then college, whatnot. So it's on-the-job training that is honed over years and years. So that by the time a sports player becomes a professional, they've been doing that sport, you know, probably for a good 15 plus years. So they should be highly knowledgeable in it, highly skilled, and of course the natural athleticism has a lot of a large part to do with that. But they should, at least they have the knowledge. They should know what to do. But it's amazing to watch these games and you see these grown men make the same mistakes that my 9-year-old makes. You know, the same mistakes that a first grader makes in a rec league. Same things. They fail at playing good man-to-man defense. They fail to rotate over on help defense. Take bad shots. Don't play their game as they should be playing. You know, when I say that, every basketball player should know their game, know what they're good at. Shaq should know that he should stay down low. Shaq should know that he shouldn't come out to jack up three-point shots. That is not his game. Every basketball player should know their game, and thus every basketball player should play their game. Those who are shooters, they should know their shot. Are they a mid-range shooter? Can they shoot 15-foot shots? Or are they a long-range shooters? Can they shoot threes? And if they're a shooter, which side of the court are they most successful at? Because usually there's a side that a player is more comfortable at, and they seem to shoot at a the highest percentage. Play a game, shoot your shot. It's simple. It's something that should be known. Like I said, by the time you become a professional, it should be known. Because I know it's coach and talk. I know that the mistakes that my 9-year-old make now, who is in 4th grade, when I coach him, by the time he's in 8th grade, he'll probably be making the same mistakes. And when he gets coached in high school, he'll be making the same mistakes. Because we can always coach them in the correct way, but it's always up to them to believe in the fundamentals, to adopt it, and to want to execute it. When you sit near the side of a bench and you listen to a coach, usually all the coaches are yelling the same thing. box out, put a body on the man and go for the rebound. You know, hands up. It's usually the same things. And this happens over and over again throughout their entire lifetime. And you'll hear the same things when they're on a professional level. So, ultimately, what is that saying? What it is, you have grown men being unprofessional. And of course, the truth of that bears out when you look at their actions and how they act. How they act self-centered at times. They are selfish at times. They take terrible shots. And they should know better. But they act like children. To me, there just should be no need for a coach because they have on-the-job experience. To me, those 5 professional players should go out there and be able to come up with a game plan amongst themselves. They should be able to practice amongst themselves. They should be able to lead themselves. They should know who the point guard is, who the starting 2 guard is, who the starting small forward is, the starting power forward, the starting center. And if you want to go to a non-traditional setup, they should know what players constitute the best 5, the best team, because that's what it comes down to, getting the best team out there, the best makeup of the 5 players to be the most successful. And there should be no argument or debate about this. If you want to figure out who the best shooter is, then in practice, everybody take 1,000 shots. And who comes up with the highest percentage? Who's the best ball handler? Come up with a dribbling drill. Who can dribble through a obstacle course in the quickest time with the least amount of turnovers? This can be found out. This can be discerned. This can be shown. And thus I can go out there and put that team together out there on the court. When it comes down who's going to get the last shot, they should know who has the best chance of making that shot or that can make the play. On the Lakers, if they were to get together and decide who's going to get the ball with 5-7 seconds on the clock, would there really need to be the debate of Kobe having the ball? I mean, truly. Would there be a debate in trusting him to take the last shot, or at least in making the play to win the game with the ball in his hands? Would there have been a debate on the Bulls when Jordan was playing? If there was any debate, then it would probably come from a player who was being self-centered, being selfish, wanted to put their game above the truth. So thus, with all things, that's what comes down to. If they were to guide themselves, lead themselves, play the game in truth, then they would need no coach, because truth would be their coach. Truth would be their leader. Truth would teach them and guide them. And that goes with all things in this world. God bless. Peace and love.